Don't miss our hobby showcase on our Forge World Legio Astorum Night Lancer.
Spiky bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Baer, and today we are checking out a really cool hobby showcase on one of Forge World's best, the Night Lancer. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not a real knight household. That's a Titan Legion. But the Titan Legions do have knights that go around and protect their flanks and stuff. And as you can see in the background, I have a Legion Astorum poster and also a Reaver Titan painted up in the same similar color. So Elric's painting actually hit me up about painting some stuff, and I was like, yeah, I got a Lancer. I would like it painted up a very specific way. It's not going to make any sense to you about the colors, but trust me, it's going to match the rest of my actual Titans before they came out with these Night Titans. And I feel like they knocked it out of the park, so you can tell from the intro pic that it looks very similar. Now, the Warp Runners, as they are also called, Legio Astorum, have a very long past going back to Adeptus Titanicus, which well, hopefully will be out very, very soon. Now, while these models here that you see don't have all the flames and everything all over them, because that was the gaudy 90s. We don't need any of that. We need some nice, clean highlights. That's what I like about Elric's painting, because they get in there, and while they don't always use the airbrush and stuff, they still produce a very fantastic product that hits all those edge highlights and really gets in there and gets a nice, clean, solid look that I personally can really appreciate. So here it is in the flesh, the Night Lancer. I think this was actually the first Night Forge World put out after we got the plastic kit way back in 2013. A lot of folks were trying to convert up, or did convert up, their own plastic Lancer, and then this came out very shortly, I think, that fall. So using the Acastus pattern, Cerastus pattern, kind of style. Obviously this doesn't use any of the plastic parts, but we didn't really know that at the time. Anyways, like I said, Elric's painting uses all that great edge highlight details. It's very old school, but there's something very classic and very classy about it, and that's why I love going with them for this project. The only restriction I had was the color. I was like, yo, I got a specific yellow, I got a specific blue I want y'all to use that matches my current Titans, which, you know, coming out now, I guess I'm going to pare it down to the Adeptus Titanicus too. So if they can paint a Night Titan, they can definitely paint up your Titanicus army when that stuff hits here very, very shortly, I am sure. Regardless, like I said, they do very good work. They actually got in here and cut the knee joints off and repositioned it, so it looks like he's about to deliver a devastating jousting blow with that lance right there. Got it down, and then adjusted the little leg pistons too, and actually pinned those in, so they realized that, hey, our pose is a little bit different, it's not made for that, so they adjusted it, which I can really appreciate. And gold trim, holy cow, painting gold trim takes forever. I don't know if you saw our little cheat video on how to use Sharpie markers. That'll save you a lot of time, but it won't look this good. Believe me, I bet the majority of this project was spent painting this gold trim here. So overall, I'm very impressed with it. And like I said, you know, for affordable price, they'll get this done for you. And then if I want to come in over top of it with a little airbrush, do a little weathering, maybe do a couple fades, do some glow, and they did the right glow color that I wanted on the Knight here, but they didn't use an airbrush, which is perfectly okay. Maybe it's not their thing. Like I said, when you're doing work like this, that's cool. Now this model is done, I've got it in my hands, there's nothing holding me back to put my personal touch on it with a little bit of my personal weathering, you know, or my fades to kind of match the rest of my stuff. So that's what I like about these guys, is they save you time, they save you money. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this, putting it on a tabletop. But you know, if you have a particular look or a particular something that you're going for in your mind, well, there's nothing stopping you if you have the talent to go over top of this work and put your own finishing touches on it, your own little touch, you know. I also like the steel they did back here with this bronze color, very tinny, nice and classy in there, just to kind of break up the monotony of all that steel. So overall, again, I'm very impressed. And look at the custom resin base included from Elric's Hobbies. There's so many Elrics out there. This, I think, is the industrial. I want to say this is industrial. I have this for a couple of my other models too that I haven't got together, but I feel like my Cerastus pattern knights are all going to go on this one right here. So again, can't say enough good things about it. And this isn't the only stuff they paint. They've got these little models that you probably saw already in the last painting showcase by them, but they paint up little stuff, nice, neat, classy, working those decals right there on the Primaris. And they're the go-to people for Elric's hobbies to paint up all their bases. So they do a wonderful job. Whatever painting needs you might have, they can get you done. Currently, the rules for the Knight Lancer are in the Imperial Armor Forces of the Astra Militarum. Here it is on page 99. You can see his 24 power level, 27 wounds, strength 8, toughness 8, 4 attacks, base, 9 leadership, 3 up save. And of course, he's hitting on 3s in both combat and weapon skill. So you get him down to 15, and then he brackets down from there. Now, the total cost for him currently is 420 points, which is, well, it's more than a normal knight, but it's less than a knight Castellan. So Castellans go for about 600 points. So this base is 420. Which with the shock lance is going to be up to 60 extra points. So it's going to be up to 480. So it's about the base cost of a Knight Castellan, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because that thing has a lot more guns. So I'm not sure if they're going to come out with an update, kind of lower the prices to get them more mid-range down to the rest of the plastic Knights, but we'll see how that goes. Now, the Lancer itself has the Shock Blast shooting attack. It's a heavy 6 at 18-inch range, strength 6, neg 1 AP. Does D3 damage, and you can use the Shock Lance in combat for a +6 strength buff, bringing him up to 14 with neg 4 AP. Does D6 damage, and of course you can reroll failed hit rolls with this weapon if it's successfully charged in your charge phase, which is pretty neat. But beware, you know, it only has the one gun. Not that that super matters, so you can always shoot it and run right in, but you don't have those little ion guns or the little stubbers to kind of clear out things in front of the way. So you're going to have a clear path. Also has a Titanic feat, which of course makes 3 hit rolls for each attack. So you're going to get 12 attacks with that if you use them all on the 4 base. Strength of user, which is going to be 8, neg 2 AP, D3. Now, he's going to get on a 5-up at the start of every turn, a wound back. Explodes on a 6, doing 2d6 radius D6 mortal wounds, so average of 7 inches, doing D6 mortal wounds. Flank speed says that you can roll D6 to determine the maximum distance it may move when making advance rolls, and his shield gives him a 5-up invulnerable save at all times, increasing to a 4-up invulnerable save in the fight phase. And Titanic keyword models, which I'm sure we're going to see a lot of those out there here soon, must, within 1 inch, must subtract 1 from their hit rolls when directing attacks against the Cerastus Knight, to a maximum of 6. And then of course they can do Knight things where they can jump out of combat. They don't exactly have fly. They can't end their move more than 1 inch closer to enemy models, but they can basically use their long legs to step over them. And of course can move and fire heavy weapons without suffering the penalty to hit rolls, only gaining a bonus to cover save if at least half the model is obscured from the bearer. So keep that in mind too. It's going to come into play more often than not, I suppose. So overall, it is a little pricey for what it does, but when it hits, it's going to hit like a ton of bricks. This is the penultimate anti-Titan Titan. Well, I suppose if the Knight was a Titan, I suppose all that's been retconned, so it's the anti-Titan, the anti-Knight Knight, so to speak. And I'm sure it could take down or do some damage to a smaller scale Knight, although it probably doesn't have enough attacks with only 4 attacks. Strength 14 though will get it done, but it's not going to get it done against Toughness 8, is it? Nope. Well, anyways, here is Elric's Paintings website. Well, by website I mean Facebook page. It looks like they run everything off Facebook, but they're pretty quick to get back to messages and stuff. I've never had a problem getting in touch with them. They have huge galleries on here, like I was looking at the Samael. Again, that's really exemplifying all of that awesome layer edge highlighting that they do that was so popular back in the day, and they're really keeping it real. One of the very few painting studios out there that still do this, and it's like their thing. I don't know if they're going to be known for it, but I love it. I mean, this really reminds me of the golden age of the hobby, when we didn't have all these tools and you just had to nug it out, and everything you did was either beautiful or it wasn't. Most of their stuff is definitely beautiful. I mean, they have galleries upon galleries and stuff in here. I mean, look at the artwork on the Master of Ravenwing's book right there. I mean, just incredible stuff. The backdrops are great. There's their normal duders. So, I mean, that's just one little post in here. There's a lot more. Keep scrolling up. I just picked that one out because I don't know. I've always had a soft spot for semi-out. But anyways, I digress. Hit them up on Facebook. They can fill you in more on their pricing and all that stuff. That's exactly how I did it. And my commission turned out great. Can't say enough good things about these guys. We got that from them. We got some Necromunda cultists that I'll be using for my Chaos army. And I will make sure I hit them up when I want this classy, very layered line edge paint jobs that just always look beautiful. They're timeless. They're literally timeless. I love this stuff right here. So make sure you check them out. Elric's Painting at Elric's Painting over on Facebook.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. TheLongWar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos,